Hey, how are you? How have you been? How was your weekend? What did you do this weekend? Did you add any play, fun, joy, laughter to your schedule? Please share with me, what did you do this weekend? We know you worked hard last week. We all worked so hard. What did you do for play and fun this weekend? What did I do on Saturday? Grown Ups Gone Wild was canceled because it rained all day on Friday, and so it was too wet to play in the grass on Saturday. But we did go. Wait, I feel like we did something else instead. I think, yeah, as a community, we did something else instead. I can't remember. I know food was one of the things, but we did something else as well. On Sunday, we did laughter yoga in the park. That was so much fun. All six of us had a really good time practicing laughter yoga. We walked around the park, and then later on that day, we had a cookout at the pool. So we kind of had a pool party. It was awesome. Um, Oh, I remember we went out to eat Saturday instead, and we were crying, laughing at the table, laughing so much that we had the people next to us laughing and listening, and it was such a good time. I love my community of practices, and so I hope that you got out this weekend. You had some social play, you did something fun, something joyful. You deserve it. We all deserve it, right? We worked so very hard, and yet we rarely take time out to play unless it's organized play or requires spending money. But that's not necessarily what play is about or stress management. We could do the things that we used to do as a child that brought so much play, fun, joy, laughter. Remember, we did it for hours. We would be outside playing from the time our moms let us out. I'm a millennial, so we would be outside from the time our moms let us out until the street lights came on. So only millennials and older would get that reference. But I stayed outside. I was an outside kid, so I played all day. And just things that brought you so much joy as a kid, like biking, skating, jump roping, laughing, social play, coloring, drawing puzzles. Those things sound very cheap and boring, but believe it or not, go back to the type of play that you did as a child, and you will find that once you practice it daily, you start to increase your overall quality of life because human beings are neotenists, which means we are forever juvenile. We are built to play and benefit from play until we die, right? All we into, oh, we will continue to adapt all the way until we die as long as we are playing. It is how it will play is our first way of learning, right? Children learn about the world around them through play, and we forget that play is a way for us to understand our circumstances and to create solutions to solve our problems, right? Many of the solutions that we live today were created or found out during play when someone was doing exactly what they love and they stumbled across a solution. So it's in our best interest to play because we will solve so many problems in our life if we play. So I want to go ahead and get started. I caught you all before 6 today. I've been so jam-packed busy this summer. It is a blessing, but I haven't had the opportunity to do as many lives or as videos as I like, and I'm trying to get back on it. As you can see, my studio is not yet up. But I am working on it. I promise I am doing what I can to kind of put some balance back into my life. And so shortly I will have that up. But I want to go ahead and get started. Most of us are off already or will be off in the next hour or so. So I want to go ahead and get started for our stress education and stress management WellChat. So welcome, work-life warriors. I am Ebony Davenport and I teach stress management. I show people how to utilize fun management solutions to decrease stress and counter burnout so that we're happier, healthier, and well-balanced. I use over 75 tips, tools, tricks, and techniques. And on Mondays, I give you a new tip, tool, trick, or technique to manage stress. And as I mentioned, I have over 75 of them. So we talk about a new one each Monday. And I've talked about the one that I'm going to talk about today already, but I think it's worth mentioning again, just because of the environment that we're in and the climate that we're in right now. One of our biggest stressors are relationships, right? Social play, basically. Social relationships have always been a big problem in our society. You have people in society that have different levels of understanding, different levels of experience, that spend more time working on themselves, and some people don't. And so, what makes living so challenging is you are in many different environments and contexts with people who may not share the same values that you have, the same principles, or display the same integrity that you have. And it's not necessarily a right or wrong thing, as long as we're not practicing menticide or hurting someone physically. We are all allowed to have our own different beliefs and how we maneuver in the world. But when you're forced to work with people and be in groups or on teams or in companies with people where your work styles may, not match, or your personalities may clash. And most importantly, for me, I am a character person. So your characters don't align. It creates so many social problems, right? A lot of our problems that we have stem from social problems, right? The people that we are around, the environments that we're in, and we can't necessarily control other people and how they show up and what they do and what they say. The only responsibility we have is to control ourselves and make sure that we're managing our stresses, and that includes people, right? And it's hard to do when day in and day out you're going into different environments, or you have to deal with people in different capacities, right? Some people, you may not like them and you just have brief interactions with them, so it doesn't matter as much. And there's some people where you have to literally work with them daily, hours throughout the day, and it may be a source of stress for you, right? Something that you feel like may be overwhelming, or it's just too traumatic, or it's too dramatic, right? Because different people have different proclusions, right? So some people may be prone to drama. Some people, I'm more prone to peace, right? And so I tend to avoid people or environments or circumstances that bring drama or give me stress or that can produce trauma. But some people actively walk into those type of circumstances or create them, right? So what do you do if you're constantly in these environments where maybe what another person is doing may go against your values, what you view is principled living? What do you do, right? Um, Again, there's not really much that you can do but just manage yourself. And I say to explicitly mind your own business unless those things are directly impacting you, which means you do not have to give thought or any type of behavioral change in order for those things to impact you. So, for instance, if every single day I come to work and things are being moved away from my desk, right? That is something that I can't necessarily control. I can put in a complaint. I could talk to leadership and talk about what's going on. But if it's done to annoy me, to frustrate me, to put me in a bad mood, every single day that I come in and my stuff is moved from my table and I decide to give into that bad mood, then I am not controlling my own behavior, my own mindset, right? The best thing that we can do as far as stress management when things are in our environment is to practice emotion focused coping, which means is to change our emotions behind the things that we cannot control, right? To withdraw our power, to be indifferent, right? And I know it's easier said than done because we are human beings, we feel, and we want to be deeply connected to people in environments around us, right? But sometimes it just doesn't work that way. And it's in your best interest to remove yourself or remove how you feel about that particular thing, right? Sometimes it's just a trick of changing your emotions behind your views of that person so that what they say and or do doesn't impact you. Sometimes we place more value into people's opinions, beliefs than we should, right? So we like this person, we like how they show up, and we may put more weight into what they believe and think, and it's not necessarily beneficial to us. And so it's in our best interest to figure out who we are, what we want, what values we want to live up to, and practice integrity. and have principles and stand on principles regardless of the environment that you're in. We have two options for stress management. We can always change our emotions behind something that is stressing us out, but we can also practice problem focused coping, which we can withdraw, eliminate, adapt to any given stressor, right? To the point where it no longer bother us. I remember when I first started this journey, I was being led by an inexperienced first time manager, and she was the worst. The high turnover was the norm. My team, we were just so miserable. And every time she would open her door, I would go into a panic attack. I would have to get up, go into the bathroom stall, calm myself down with some deep breathing, or go outside and walk around. And really, I realized that it was because I cared too much about what she thought about my work. Right. I knew that I was giving my all. I gave all of the effort that I could possibly give, and it was more than enough, right? It sufficed. It was actually above and beyond what they were asking me for, and it was still never enough. And so the way I shift that situation is to change my emotions behind what her opinion of me was. So I no longer cared about what she thought about me, what she thought about my work. As long as I know I gave my all, I'm doing what is required of me, her criticisms no longer bothered me, and my panic attacks or my anxiety attacks went away. And I was able to completely change the work environment because I changed how my emotions behind the problem, and then I also changed the problem itself. So I started waking up early in the morning and making sure that I was de-stressing before I go to work, so that my cup was overflowing. So regardless of what she did throughout the day, I would never feel depleted, right? And so just the trick of those two things always work. And so really, when we are dealing with relationships, the two tricks we should always go to is changing our emotions behind the stressor. One, which is emotion focused coping, and then two, changing our behavior with the problem. So maybe withdrawing, eliminating the problem, adapting to it, and that is problem focused coping. And so we will always have social problems as long as you have different people with different experiences on different levels and want different things. We all kind of value different things, which kind of makes it beautiful, right? I value differences. And if you value differences, you know that other people accepting other people's differences make it so that people accept yours, right? And so a lot of us do not necessarily realize how judgmental we're being throughout the day or in our interactions because we have preferences and we don't even necessarily know if it's right or wrong, because there's more than one way to do something, right? So people do not have to live up to your preferences. They just have to solve problems. And you need to extend that same philosophy to other people, right? They don't have to necessarily show up the way you want them to. You just have to manage yourself. And so it's so important that we manage our stresses. We include play, fun, joy, laughter into our everyday, into any environment that we go into. We want to be the play, fun, joy, laughter, right? You do not have to wait. Life is very hard and challenging sometimes, and there isn't a day that we don't experience stress. So there isn't a day that we should not be playing, right? That we should not be managing our stress. And so it is in your best interest to manage your stress. So go out there today, all this week, and play the stress away. Incorporate play, fun, laughter into your everyday. Laughter is professional. Play is professional, right? You cannot separate the two for too long, right? Work is a part of life. There is no separation between business and life. We have to be responsible in every aspect, in every environment that we show up in, right? And so if you want to have the quality of life that you deserve, we only have one life. It is your responsibility to add what you need in it, right? And you'll be happy that you did. So go out of your way every single day to add the play, fun, joy in your life, to improve your social relationships, the environments that you're in, to improve the contacts. You will be surprised when you're intentional about how you show up, that it transforms most of the, I can't say all, but most of the environments that you will be in. So I hope this helps, Work Life Warriors. I will be here. I'm always here on the inner streets. I'll be here Wednesday for our wellness work break, where we'll do some deep breathing. Thursday for our technical topic. I would love to know what you think. On Friday, we do Fun Funny Friday, so we'll do some laughter yoga. On Saturdays, we will be doing Saturday play. This Saturday is my Stress Management FUNshop, so I probably will not post. On Sunday, we have our laughter yoga in Shelley Park at 8:30. It is free, Shelley Lake. So if you are interested in coming out with a community of practice and playing your stress away, that is every Sunday at Shelley Lake at 8:30 a.m. at the Fish and Pier Seaton area. Come join the Soul Laugh Tribe. We laugh the stress away and have a really good time supporting each other and practicing stress management. And as always, I offer stress management lifestyle consulting. Just check out my website for any information on that if you want to book a session with me. And always, every third Saturday of the month, I offer stress management fun shops, which is like a big party. We do 25 minutes of a stress chat, and then we spend the next hour and a half playing, laughing, dancing, singing, joining, having, clapping, doing stomping, doing all types of things. Basically, we just play. It's like a grown-up play date. So if you're interested, please check out Eventbrite or my social media for that. And as always, work-life warriors, it is your responsibility to go out there and manage your stress. So do it on purpose, be intentionally. You deserve it. You have one life. Make it a play, fun, joyous life, and improve the overall quality of your life by practicing stress management and wellness. So have a great day, work-life warriors. I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.